And I have my water and I have my coffee in my lawyer's cup. Overworked. And on the bottom it says underpaid. There's too much in it right now for you guys to see. You can't tip it that far back. How are you, King Pulsar? I did see your hello there. I'm sorry I didn't say hello back to you. Thank you, sir. I was mid-flow describing my sore throat and a whole bunch of other shit, so... It's good to see you as always. Chill, just finishing up some school work. I'm doing good, thank you, yeah. As you've heard, like a few things I've just been talking about. So yeah, I'm doing alright. Other than the fact that my wife won't be here for our anniversary, which is tomorrow. And it's bumming me out so badly. But we're gonna play Phoenix Wright and we're gonna have fun today. That's today's commandment. Fun. With a capital F, U and N. And maybe another N and a few exclamation marks. And a couple of ones in between. That's today. Hey, Nick! What is it? Is something wrong? No, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out the Masque de Masque glossy I bought. Right, we're defending this guy, Masque de Masque, who apparently stole a bunch of stuff and then this guy turned himself into the police and he couldn't find the urn that he stole. He said he lost it. But we're apparently told that he believes he's the mask, but he's not. And then there's this other mystery detective dude. Let's just get a little bit caught up. Yeah, this guy, an ace detective, has the great powers of deduction, yet rarely makes sense. So, yeah, look at me. This guy, Ron the Light, is apparently a guy who thinks he's Masque de Masque, but maybe isn't. And Desiree Delight, his wife, says no, he isn't. Adrian Andrews is around as well, and Larry Butts showed up because of course he fucking did, and he's now moving in on Des, while, you know, this guy's in jail. I mean, looking at this guy, the hairdo, how the hell does he fit that into his mask? I've got to admit, I don't think he is Masque de Masque. So yeah. You bought this where? From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. She's so excited, I love her. You know, I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. So we've got a publicity photo in the record. Come on, I'm guilty! Throw the book at me! So let's have a look at this. Hang on, why do we have this in our record? This is going to be frigging important, isn't it? There's going to be something about this that's, like, very important. This is going to be the thing that clinches the case for us. Need to turn that volume down. There we go. Okay. Who's screaming like that? Yes. Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did, but it doesn't look like things are getting any less ugly for you. Because I did it! I'm the criminal! Me! Yeah. He's at it again. I sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor. I admit it. But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally, when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you? Yikes. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So hang on a minute. This guy's like... the outfit? He's missing the, like, thing just around the neck, you know, the big face logo. So there is that. It's like the costume isn't complete. So make sure they give me a guilty verdict, please! I don't think you understand what I'm supposed to do. I'm your lawyer. Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Bonjour. Oh, Desi, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this. Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. Oh, she's gonna throw him under the fucking bus, you can tell. I've just got a bad feeling about this woman. You see, actually, the thief is me. Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. Picking up pizza? Where's mine? Where's mine? What did you get me? I mean, if mine was the double pepperoni. Yeah, with green peppers. Just smoosh it through the screen. Right there. Right there. Yeah, thank you. There's something very disturbing about when anime chicks are like, I'll be ever so angry with you, and just grinning at you while they say it. It's like, oh boy, I know you will. Tsundere. We're being lewd. Ooh. So, why are you smiling when you say it? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is masque de masque or not, but there's only one thing I am sure of. She likes speaking French. Masque de masque. Sacre bleu! He doesn't have the sacred urn right now, there's that as well. Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. Oui, oui, baguette! Exactly. There he is. Triple Cyclops. What the? Ooh! TT Croissant? What are those? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Here he is. This is Godot. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to... What a stupid question. What did you say? Fine, let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? No, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by. Who are you? I am Godot, or Godot. I'm guessing it's Godot. I'm thinking it's like Gal Gadot from, you know, Wonder Woman, is how it's pronounced. So that's what I'm going with. As if we're waiting for him. Legendary prosecutor, I've never lost a case. And I've heard that before, Sonny Jim. Ah, he's the one that Detective Atme was talking about. Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of case have you dealt with so far? Huh, none. I've got a perfect record. I've never lost a case. Haven't even tried one yet. What up? What did you say? I've never prosecuted a case before. Never? But you said you've never lost before. Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won either. Gotcha. Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you? Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Yes, but a mask in a court of law? Huh. You don't know anything. No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts. This guy's the real deal, alright, Nick. Yeah, he's a freak. Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? Oh, hey, yeah. So we finally meet. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't, girlfriend. Nick, is he a friend of yours? No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who is this masked man? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. Well then, Prosecutor Gobo. Gobo. It's not Gobo, it's Godot, Your Honor. In any case, please give your opening statement. Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Wright. What is it? He's Sheriff Lobo. I was just thinking, actually, do you know what he does look like? Who he reminds me of is the Marshall guy. That guy, Marshall, right? With the poncho and everything. I don't know why, but his face, what you can see of it, the jawline, it's him. But then the hair's different. I wonder if he's related. Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? Yes, I am, Anne Robinson. Thank you. I wonder, how much can you withstand before you and your case break in two? Well then, let's hear from the first witness. Thank you, Judge. Get things back on track. Just roll it along. My name is... No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is, what do you know? That's all. No, we need to know who he is. It's kind of a proceeding of courts. It needs to be entered into the court record. Start talking. We're listening. Yes, sir. All right, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir. Mask the Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. Pal. This was his fifth heist, and he sent a card, as usual, he sent a card to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Mask the Mask, sir. It fits his MO to a T. His MOT? Is he roadworthy now? Excellent. Sorry, that was a terrible joke that only British people will probably get. So then, the actual identity of this Mask the Mask is Mr. Godot. What are you... Oh, shit, son! I can get behind that. We're in the middle of a trial, Mr. Godot. Look, dude needs his coffee. Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed. This guy is cool. Yeah, I'm liking this guy. I've seen the picture of this guy, so I wasn't surprised by his look. I thought, oh, I'm guessing this will be Godot. But yeah, I'm liking him so far. This is definitely Matt. Actually, oh god. Where are they? Where did I put them? Are they on the shelf? Oh god. Nuts. I've lost them. Wait one moment. Bollocks, I don't know where I've put them. I've got some glasses, you know those like shutter shades? I've got some of those, and you just reminded me. I'm like, oh shit, I should totally put those on. I don't know where they went. I'll look for them during the break. Jesse! Yes, it is back. It? What it? Who it? It who? How are you? Good to see you, Chassis. Let me just, actually, I've got this set up here. Boom! Let's test this. Yes, it works. Excellent. I can spell things. Thank you very much for popping in, Chassis. You, sir, this game, all of it. The fantasticness. Hey. How are you? Go follow Chassis, by the way. That's the link to her channel. She's fantastic. Playing Astral Chain recently as well. How do you like that game? I was idling in your channel while I was streaming yesterday. And I only caught glimpses of it, but I have that game, and I haven't yet played it. Very active and hyped today? Me? Who? What? Who do you mean? Me? Hyper? No, I'm not. This is me in low power mode. I don't know what you're talking about. You love it? Excellent. It looks like my kind of stuff. I've got that game. I haven't played it yet. Mr. I am Puppy Bot. Yeah, Iron Puppy is a hyperactive puppy. I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not on my 7th cup of coffee today. Definitely not. Actually, I'm on my 1st, so... Thank you for popping by. Very well, it's only coffee after all. What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial. Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Well, Nick, what are you going to do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that he wasn't Master Mask who stole the urn. Simples. Master Mask is a master thief. He's a thief. He's a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. I know how to type. I know how to talk as well. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning? Yep. Nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true. I'm a Zvari, author on thieves. God damn it, dude. An author? He's written books about thieves. I don't think he probably meant to say... I think he meant to say authority. The fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal. It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right, press harder. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh? You got pal, except maybe the thief's mom, that is. Isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police? You don't mean Detective Zvari, do you? That's not his name. Who is this person, Zvari? He sounds German. His name is Luke Atme, so I guess I shouldn't have made him such a silly name for him. The heck, I guess he's not all that famous after all. No, how about that, Phoenix? Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item the thief stole. Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be. It looks like the thief is toying with me even now. He's so confident, sends his calling cards before he commits the crime. Have you seen all of these so-called calling cards? Of course I have, except the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police, though I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred. We has that one. The thing I asked you all is working on yours at the moment. Oh, excellent. Good stuff. Yeah, so this is the calling card. That's because Detective Atme stopped Ms. Andrews from taking it to the police. Was the calling card that Lordly Taylor received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature, but we're not releasing that information to the general public. But you're absolutely certain this card is real. Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about Master Mask's emblem. Which we're not supposed to tell anybody. This was his 5th heist, and as usual he sent the card to Lordly Taylor. His 5th heist, and your 5th screw-up. Oh! Oof. Oof. Phoenix. Oof size is large. Ouch. Objection, pal. That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times? But this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't even know about the calling card this time. You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe. I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away. Got me? Well, it looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. This time he stole a broken urn. Art pieces? Like what, for example? Well, his first target was the famous Tear of Emanon. What is that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop? Delicious, delicious salty tears. Heck yes. No, sir, it's a blue diamond, a single rare diamond. Next was the crown of Bungora, you know, the thing that you put on your head. After that was the left hand of Hades. And then the portrait of Magina, sir. That's the one that Detective Atma retrieved. He retrieved the portrait of Magina, and returned it to the museum. Yes, I put Bungora on my head, exactly. That's where Bungora goes. I don't know what a crown is, though. What is a crown? And the target of his fifth and last robbery was the sacred urn, right? But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces? Well, we assume he must have had some underworld connections. Somehow Mr. Delight doesn't look the type. Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out with the underworld. That's why we're sure it was Master Mask. Fits his MO. I just realised I forgot to change this one option before I got started. Because for some reason it changes it on all my user profiles when I change it on one. Ah! Not touching things, Matt. Go. Boop. That's what I wanted to click. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T? I was thinking of asking the same thing myself. I wish you wouldn't listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic, but you haven't seen it. Then there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was on an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi. And so, since this robbery seems to fit all those conditions, that's right, it means that Master Mask is behind it. Nick, it definitely looks like it was Master Mask who stole the urn. But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Run Delight is Master Mask. But, never mind but. Also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself. So even though we know it was Master Mask that did it, maybe for the time being I should try to show it wasn't Master Mask that did it. Alright, so we need to object to something. He sends his calling card to the crime scene, but if we're going to have to show that Master Mask didn't do it, that might be the one. This was his fifth heist, and as usual, he sent the card to Lordly Taylor. He goes after precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Master Mask. It fits him to a T. Well, the urn, supposedly priceless, has no monetary value, right? There's that to go against it being a precious art piece. But this isn't. Or there's the calling card to say, this is the card that was delivered. Is this Master Mask card? And what if he says, no, that logo's different? Because what's weird to me is that logo there is gold. Not black and white. But ultimately the colour scheme is kinda there, isn't it? But I would say that if we're going to show that Master Mask didn't do it, if we're going to call that into question first, the card is the most definitive thing we could tear down. It would have to be this one. His fifth heist has usually sent the card to Lordly Taylor. Just as, you know, just in case. Yeah. In case the game crashes. That's all that save was. Oh, no, that's the wrong button. I need to press Y to present it. Did you guys see the game crash just now? I think I should reload it. It totally crashed. Oof. Yeah, the game has a tendency to crash every now and then. It just froze totally, and the music just kept playing. Ugh, it's a terrible thing. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous. You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal. But there's only one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. What do you mean? Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing? No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price. Well, Prosecutor Godot, what is the value of the urn? The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. We can't figure out how to put fractions of pennies on the price ticket. And I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Master Mask would normally go after. Worthless. You are worthless. If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the thief of the Sacred Urn was not the work of... or the theft of the Sacred Urn was not the work of Mask de Mask. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but hey, things are going my way for once. Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mask de Mask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot? This coffee here is my own special blend. I call it Godot 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now, Mr. Trite. What? Nanny? If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess. Sorry, I don't get what you mean. If you're saying it wasn't Mask de Mask that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Mask de Mask's methods. A fake. A fake Mask de Mask? Fake de Mask. That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it. It's like a tribute band. Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Taylor that night was actually a fake. Yeah, close. It's almost Future Man Gaming, yes. Though I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behaviour, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting. Looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact Mask de Mask, or was in fact fake de Mask. Fake de Mask. Okay. Sent before the heist at the Emblem. The top secret. The warehouse camera went off at around 1 AM on the night of the crime. The mask knocked Acme down. And the crime with a blow to the back of the head. The photo. I mean, we have that. I pointed this out earlier. Right there at the collarbone, right? You see nothing? And then you see an emblem. There's actually a thing there, look. I pointed it out earlier. I did say that like when we were looking at Ron standing in the lobby, he didn't have that, but that picture did. It's a fake. So do we present this? The proof is right here. This looks like a photo taken by the security camera, but if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Huh. Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use the pointer and show us just what's wrong with the picture. Right here, of course. You mean Mask de Mask? Yes, Judge. We have here a piece of reference I would like the court to look at. Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning? The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch that Master Mask on Master Mask's chest. That's the word I was looking for. Brooch. Brooch. A breach? Here? Bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat at once. The hell have you been smoking, Judge? A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on. A clasp, huh? Ah, I see now. But Master Mask in the security camera photo... Ah! He has no brooch. That brooch is the same as on the emblem on Master Mask's calling card and serves as his symbol. But I mean, the symbol's on the hat, right? But the actual fire motif around it, you know, the frilly stuff, that's built into the brooch. I'm having big brain moments today already. I shouldn't do this. I'm using them all up for later in the stream. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Master Mask is a fake. I've been fooled again! Oh, so many times. Order! It's true, undeniably true, Detective Gumshoe. How could you have overlooked this? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I... Hey now. If you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too. Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? That brooch you're talking about? Do you mean this? Ah! Let me guess, it fell off. It still doesn't excuse them for overlooking it. That's Master Mask's brooch. Where did you find it? Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. It's not Buddha. That was, Amy Faye. The Buddha statue? It must mean the Amy Faye statue. Why didn't you tell me about that, sir? I always put evidence in my pocket. Tampering with a crime scene, huh? After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. What? Where's that music? Sam! Thank you for the 27 months in a row resub. Welcome back to the channel, my friend. How are you today? Good to see you. Hope everything's well and good for your Saturday so far. This guy is one cool customer. It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? How many cups of coffee has this guy had slid in from the side of the screen now? I'm running out. That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there too. What? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there too? Hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Rhonda Light's fingerprints. Oh. I thought he was talking about love bites then. I'm like, wait, whoa, this is getting kinky. This is very high school all of a sudden. Oh. If he came from hell, he literally needs coffee to survive. Exactly, yes. That's his lifeblood. That is literally how he lives. You doing okay? Excellent. What? Defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch? Well, shit. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Godot, let's see that brooch. I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her. Dude, you got issues. Estalon! Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Good to see you. I mean, it appears to have been torn off some clothing. Probably in the scuffle with that mate. There's a little bit of cloth on the back. Obviously there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Oh, Phoenix, we have a problem. Did Godot admit to using that brooch for self-pleasuring? Oh no. Oh no, I don't want to touch it. Put it back, in a plastic bag, far away from me. Found in the shadow of Amy Faye's statue, looks like it was torn off some clothing. Cool. Zvari! Yes. Master Mask's brooch added to the court record. Ha! You mess with the Godot? And you get burned. I thought he was going to pass me the coffee and say you get the Joe. Right, oh, cool, thank you. I'll take one of those. Right here. Ah, he's been playing me like a violin. Like a fiddle. He played me like a fiddle! Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet. You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough. Begone. That doesn't sound good at all. Hey, at least you're not being whipped and threatened with being fired constantly. Get wrecked. Get wrecked, noob. Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom. Finally, time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? This'll be the wife. Oh, there he is, yeah. 1 second is a drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry up. Shh! Silence! Whoa, dude. Like, just back up. Now I see it's all becoming clear. What's clear? Zvari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that. Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. Am I correct? You're in a court. Of course there's going to be a judge and a prosecutor. You know I'm the defendant. That was barely... Fucking shut up. Well, yes, that's right. Your internet sucks. No! Sorry to hear that. Huh. Not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atmay, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens. Boy, these two make a perfect pair. They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off. I've heard that on the night of the crime you were all alone on security detail. You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is. And he isn't, so... Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason, I'm sure of it. Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed. Don't humour him, Judge. Just don't. Don't encourage this. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Master Mask, dancingly descended upon me. That's interesting that he would have to make sure that it was like just after the date changed. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. So, who tore the brooch off? 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal? My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, apart from, you know, being like crowned in the back of the head, you missed things then, I think. One would not get hit in the back of the head if you were, you know, never missing anything. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. Oh, there we go with the lawyering. Hey, I'm the lawyer here. Don't you start with that. But of course, that's only natural. I failed to see why the witness seemed so proud of this performance that evening. Yeah, me too. Well, Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great Masque de Masque, my arch-enemy. That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me. Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. What I witnessed. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. This is interesting. Why would they even bother with that? Just after the date changed? I Right, it does say there, 1 AM. The camera went off at 1 AM. That kind of tracks with what it was saying. But we can't see the actual date. That's got a timestamp. That kind of rigged my ass. That's just how things go. Fountain pen. You don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come by KB Security at 1 AM on October 12th and bring 50 grand. If you don't, I'll take the red diamond you received the other day instead. I still don't quite know where that's going. Opens the KB Security CEO's office, leaves a record when used. We need to know about that. Okay. Let's press first. Let's just press it all first, then we'll figure out where the contradicciones are. So you would be, that would be 1 o'clock in the morning of the 12th, correct? That's an impressive deduction, Sir Lawyer. You know how to tell time, congratulations. You were on security duty that night. Where exactly were you at the time? Oh, the what? A penetrating question. I was in the basement warehouse, near the computer. Near the computer, huh? And there's the vent, which apparently he may have come in through. So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it. Up to this point, I have tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief. Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday too. Gumshoe also said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scene before. Precisely. That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. Looks like the thief was the one applying the pressure. Oh, on your pigeony head, that is. Damn. In any case, that's when my nemesis, the infamous Master Mask, dancingly descended upon me. So what's interesting is, if he was waiting by the security office with his back to that vent, and that's the way that Mask came in, because he would have heard the door opening. The sword and the statue were at the opposite side of the room. How then does he descend on him and whack him with the sword? Dancingly descended, from where exactly? Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else? So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me. So how is it that you didn't notice the thief? My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak upon me. It can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and the soft-soled shoes. I hereby W Ace Dunce. Ooh, damn. He's already been knighted, so, with the sword and everything, plonk. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow on my noble head. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened? Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask, that's all I can recall. Shit. But very solid as far as testimony goes. However, fortunately I had my third monocle, the security camera, at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe. You see, what's interesting is the statue is gone by this point, and there's paint there. Must go, see you later. No problem, Chassis. Take care. Thank you for stopping by. Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have a problem with the photo? Good. He didn't even say anything, he just shook his head and sipped his coffee. Then let's continue with the testimony. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing? That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Well, sir lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Huh? Well, actually, yes, by a fire extinguisher. And what happened? I was knocked out. And you lost your memory, too. You see, you have no right to look down on me then, do you? He's kind of got you there, Phoenix, my old chum. The other reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with. Oof. Just a little oof. You may have brains, but the wiring to self-reflection part seems to be severed. In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless, and then 30 minutes later I used the emergency phone to notify the police. About this 30 minutes, I was only knocked out for like 2 minutes, so haha, get fucked. I mean, sorry, Judge. My silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium. As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying. I think he's saying he was out cold. So what happened during those 30 minutes? No one can say, Your Honor. The span of time has truly vanished into the ether. Just what is he going on about? There's something suspicious about Detective Acme. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in? Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence. Huh? Which piece? The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? Because the which piece part I have to figure out. That would be too easy. So I think the nemesis descended upon me. Pierce blow to the head before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. I think we have to present not that one. This one. Looks like it was torn off some clothing. Who did the tearing off thereof of this brooch, I might ask, verily, unto you? Mr. Atmay, could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours? Please do. Aha! This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch-nemesis Master Mask. That's disturbing. It is, in point of fact, Master Mask's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Ha! Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. You don't use glue to secure that to your cape. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing. Ripped off? Ah! We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have struggled with the thief. The only person that was on the security duty that night. You, Detective Atmay. It's so disturbing how the sweat dripping off of his nose makes it look like it's running. Oh. Detective Atmay, you must have fought with the thief that night. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court? Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime. No, wait just a moment, sir old-timer. Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. The true measure of a man is in the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right? No, it's just I only get one at a time. Shut up. You talk too much. You're fired. Witness. So, are you now saying that you and the thief fought? Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor. Oh, I was waiting for the coffee to slide on in. Excuse me. Oh, there it is. Hell yeah. Save the big question for the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. I, Luke Atmay, agree completely. The fight. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, I look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated. It's a 6-syllable word. Well done, sir. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fists. Marquis of Queensberry rules. But they were not enough. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote. No Marquis of Queensberry rules? Okay. So in the end you did catch a glimpse of Master Mask. Correct. It was during this third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak. Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case. I know, we've noticed. That can't be good. Got a bad feeling about this. Alright. Indeed, it's true, I looked away from the door for the briefest moment. Why did you look away from the door anyway? In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer. Elegantly, of course. Oh yes, how does one elegantly go to the computer? Please describe it for me. So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer? What should I do? Should I ask more questions? About the sensor. What did you set up? What kind of sensors are you talking about? There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioners, ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. I hooked up heat detecting infrared and ultraviolet sensors to each of them. What were you trying to do? Catch the predator? That's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours? Where did you steal that shit from? Is the local Radio Shack missing a few items off its shelf? Lordly Taylor Department Store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well. In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh? Has that cleared up any doubts you've had about me, Sir Lawyer? No. I also want to go back and ask the other question. Why did you look away? Blah, 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 blah. You got things done, etc. So I should ask about the computer. So, did that computer belong to Lordly Taylor as well? Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specially designed by me, Luke Atmay. That case, he could have easily manipulated the data. What's wrong, Sir Lawyer? Nothing, I'm just thinking about how red in the face you're going to be when we prove that you are lying. So that was the data we got. That's the photo we got and it has the same date on it. What's interesting then is the statue is missing. It got pushed away by this time. I don't think that this blackmail note and the information about the wallet and the keycard is going to come into play at this point. Master Mask knocked Atmay down out during the crime with a blow to the back of the head. So taking that sword off of the statue wouldn't have caused it to roll away. Struggle would have done that. Well, let's press anyway. What does that mean, discombobulated? Young people these days, they really irritate me. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean. Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway? Phoenix, you're terrible. Now I've forgotten. What was I saying? Jesus, better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Did you just have a nap? Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony. That's literally all that was. Okay. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. What do you mean by a weapon from the side? Naturally, the thief had no idea that I, Luke Atme, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing up by the door to the warehouse. Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch? Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp. Okay, so he is talking about the Shitty Cheeto, as I was calling it, the Shitty Cheetos. So the thief armed himself with a sword. And what about yourself, witness? True gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities? But of course! In college, I was the second in charge of the boxing club, not the first. Well, that sucks. Sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive. However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Master Damask. This guy is a real piece of work. His first blow struck true. Bam! That's all she wrote. What do you think, Nick? Well, there's only one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah, what is it? This Luke Atme guy is definitely hiding something, but why? I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. About the true nature of this detective. Let me press this again. I don't think this actually let us press it, did it? Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious. Or we might not. We might not say that at all. Powericious? I assume the Atme fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me. What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? You were blinded? So what was this flash of light that blinded you? I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of the woman. The statue of Amy Faye, I'm guessing. Well, that wasn't very much help at all. What do you think, Nick? Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah, what is it? Definitely hiding something, blah blah blah. Okay. I need to press again on that last one. That's the other question. Avaricious. Sudden flash blinded me. Checkmate and my opponent bested me. What is this Atme fighting style? Is it like, you know, that Sherlock Holmes thing where he like runs through it in his head thinking about hitting the cracked rib and dislocating the jaw and, you know, fist to the patella and discombobulate and that kind of thing? Yeah. What is this Atme fighting style? I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must, you must. The main thing is to put your mind back to the wall. That way, or is put your back to the wall. That way, no one can get behind you. That's it. That's the Atme fighting style. Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony? Is it important? I really don't know if it is. Is back to the wall. So this says he was knocked out with a blow to the back of the head. Yeah, we're in court, Etkinger. How are you? Good to see you. So a blow to the back of the head, but he said that... In fact, was it him who told us that? I think it was him that told us that day when we went to the actual thing and he was fishing around the place. And he said, oh yes, he hit me in the back of the head, but, you know, with his sword. I'm doing good, thank you very much. But the thing is, how can you get in the back of the head if you always keep your back to the wall? So I think it's the sword. It's very important. Of course it's important. We've learned the detective's secret technique after all. Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone at night. Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out. Now then, witness. We'll go ahead and add that information to our official testimony. I put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye. What? 2 months in a row now? Chalice, thank you so much for that sub. Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you. How are you? I appreciate that support. I really do. Thank you so much. So where is this third eye you're talking about? Because the third monocle we know is the camera. We've got to keep up with the terminology here. Oh, it's right between my eye and my left eyebrow. Oh, my right and my left eyebrows. Your nose is quite invisible to the unenlightened. You may call it the forehead if you like. Why didn't you just say that in the first place? Sir Lawyer, it looks like the creases in your own forehead are getting deeper. You get wrinkles like that, Ace. Stop frowning. So Mr. Atmay got a hit on the forehead then. That's what he says now. He didn't say that the other day. I've got a funny feeling about that. Actually, so do I. It's okay. These guys are catching up to me. Well, you know what? What do you think, Nick? Well, there's one thing I'm absolutely sure of, blah blah blah, he's definitely hiding something, and we'll figure it out, and about the detective, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. So, here we go, back to the wall. Bullshit. Objection! Detective Atmay, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armoured feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere beside the door. Then my arch-nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here, which is the sword. The shitty Cheeto. From behind, huh? But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head. Oh, I don't know, if I got hit on the head I might forget a few things. It seems I've made another mistake. Detective Atmay, that's not the only strange part of your testimony. What do you mean by that? For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong. To err is human, to forgive is divine. Humans aren't machines, they have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes. I love this guy. This guy's great. Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. Dude, be careful with the coffee. Don't spill that shit. That's precious nectar. Really? What is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around. Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting? Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that Mr. Atmay is no ace detective, he's a fake, or he is Masque de Masque. I don't think he's Masque de Masque, because somebody fought with somebody in that room. Right? And for him to come here with such a cockamamie story about how he didn't fight him, but then he did, and blah, he would have all this worked out if he was trying to make himself out to be the ace detective, right? If he was doing that, he'd already come here with a perfect story that matches the flow of events and the missing brooch and all that. So like, I tore it off of him and then we scrambled for a fight and he hit me in the back of the head with the sword. There'd be no inconsistencies here because he would construct both sides of the story to match the evidence. Either that or he's just really shit at his trying to big himself up twice. Master criminal and master detective. But man, wouldn't that be a cool story? What? He just wants to be so famous. Twice over. This Mr. Acme is a fake. Well, if that's the case, where's the real Mr. Acme? That's a silly assertion. But he's no ace detective. But how would we point to that? How exactly would we point to the fact that he is no ace detective? Also, I'm just gonna say this, there's no way that nose is fitting in that mask. Hell no. Not unless he like bends it up like across the bridge. That's gonna be painful. And this was still weird to me, this blackmail letter found in Ron's apartment, but it's saying if you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. And this guy received a gemstone for returning a piece of art. And he has like a big red stone on his ring. Doesn't look like a diamond though, but... It looks more like a sort of a round ruby. Found in the KB security building around 1 AM the night of the crime. That's Ron's wallet. Ron's wallet has the KB security thing in it, which is where apparently he works. Shot of Mask Damask striking a pose. I just don't know how we'd prove saying any of this. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see how the text leads us along. After we save it, just in case it crashes, because the game does that sometimes, yeah. Let's go with this. Mr. Acme is no ace detective. Called out. The truth is, this witness is no ace detective at all. So then what exactly are you saying that I am? A con man. Well, an average detective? Phoenix, that sucked. I hardly see the relevance of that. What are you doing, Nick? Are you going to go on the attack? Yeah, that's scathing. That went well. I was planning on it, but it looks like I'm the one who got attacked instead. Think harder next time. Ow. I'll take that one. That sucked. This witness isn't Luke Acme, he's a fake. So now it's not just Mask Damask. You're saying I'm a fake too. An ace detective could never be as forgetful as this guy. Imposters like you are often suspicious of others as well. Really, this is too much. Next you'll be calling me a fake too. Bullshit. Come on. Come on, game. Really, game? Come on, game. Really, game? Come on, game. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. And only you, apparently. Detective Luke Atmay's true identity is actually Mask the Mask. Yeah! Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atmay's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because I analysed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues on the police that the police overlooked in order to arrive at... Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atmay. The truth is that you are in fact Mask the Mask. But Mr. Wright, this photo clearly shows Mask the Mask wearing a mask. This security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor Department Store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it. He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn. So the ace detective is actually the ace thief? Is this true, witness? Master Mask's MO is pure Damask's MO is pure genius, and so am I, Luke Atmay, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I'm impressed, Sir Lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it? Nick, now's your chance. Yeah, it's time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atmay, whoa. That is good coffee. Damn. Godot Blend 102, my personal favorite. Well, my hair's finally awake. Mr. Godot! The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But, Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I'm gonna have to get out of the way of this cup of coffee. I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of the whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Trite. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see the decisive proof you have, quickly. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Do it now! Do it! Huh? Oh, yes, of course. The big rush. Do it. Are you alright, Nick? Atmay looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this ride off now if I can, but can I really do it? No. The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atmay is in fact Mask the Mask. It's interesting that says it was written with a fountain pen. Found in Ron's room. Hmm. I'm gonna say there's no way that face fits inside that helmet. Just no way. Or even that one for that matter of fact with that Princess Leia hairdo. No fucking way. Larry butts all along. I mean, it is yet to be found, I guess. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Huh. Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get after all. Oh. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertions. This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy's the thief. Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. Oh, okay, that was the wrong answer, was it? It's no good. I'm just not ready yet. But are you going to just give up and let us lose this? So you've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer? I can't think of a counterattack at all. It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot... Oh. Who? Who are you? That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Yes, it does. You barged your way up onto the witness stand. Who are you? Miss Delight, what are you doing here? Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for. I think I found it. You mean that bag? No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well... But that's... the sacred urn! Nick, it's the sacred urn! And that bag was in Atmay's apartment on his table when we went and we were going to look in it. Then he barged in and he was like, oh, you should know better than to paw through people's bags. Order! Order! You, madam, that urn, where did you find it? You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective Luke Atmay. Oh, Desi, you're the best. Oh, Desi, Desi, oh, oh. Found in the office of Luke Atmay, has pink splotches all over it. Hey, that's interesting then. So, the paint splatter from the spilled paint can. The calling card said to take care of the speckled urn. I wondered what it meant by speckled urn, but I didn't say anything. I thought it's cracked, not speckled. Also, it's been put back together in the correct way around. Look at that. Which it wouldn't have been, given the pattern of the speckles. Ooh. So... did it get paint splashed on it, and then it broke? And then whoever broke it was like, oh fuck, I broke it! And put it back together again the correct way around? Oh my god, that's cool. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atmay? Are you even going to have a hard time... oh, even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one. Objection! Ha! Pathetic. Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say? Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad. You're still denying that Mr. Atmay was involved? Before casting aspersions at the Detective Atmay, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight. Is that correct? Yes, what about it? Get out of the way of that coffee cup. Huh, how charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere. Including the office of the good detective here. It is true, she's not exactly a credible witness. There's no police-based chain of custody here. So you found the urn, what does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office. Please, madam. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we've been witness to. I'm gonna head off now, dinner and such. Ooh, enjoy. Yummy. Have a good one, Genga. Thank you for stopping by. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Mr. Delight. Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. Must be some way. I've got to prove that the urn was actually at the Acme Detective Agency. You see, look, that's even a picture of it for the exhibit. That would have been taken after it was delivered, so it was broken when it was delivered and it wasn't covered in shit. And now, it has pink splotches all over it and it's fixed. Testify about what I saw. Show fingerprints on the urn. Can't prove anything yet. We can testify about the fact that we saw this at May's apartment, that bag. What was in the bag, we don't know. What's wrong? Isn't it your job to come up with something to say? Nick, come on. It should be easy to prove. After all, we checked out that bag, didn't we? Well, we tried. You're right, I remember doing that. Whatever was in there, it was hard and round and smooth too. Yes, it must have been the urn, it must have. But I never actually saw it with my own eyes. Atme walked in just when we were about to have a look at it. So even if it was the urn was in there, I can't testify that it was. Ah, you're right. Huh. Looks like I was wrong about you, Mr. Trite. This town is overflowing with lies. There's still a single flickering candle of truth. Nicky boy. Well, it's true that I never actually saw the urn. Maybe I can still testify about it from another angle. What about it, Mr. Wright? Have you given up yet? There must be some way. I've got to prove that the urn was actually in Atme's detective agency. It's going to have to be fingerprints then. I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints, eh? Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. He wears gloves. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn, after all. It was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. Yeah, but why would you be touching it? You shouldn't have been touching it. In any case, I'm always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway. Nick, what are you going to do now? Come too far. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday, and I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints on this person, that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Maya, sorry. Mia's fingerprints are on it, goddamn. Well, Master Mask's fingerprints should be on it, of course. Does Master Mask wear gloves? No, yeah, he does. Okay. I mean, he would. He's a fucking thief, isn't he? Of course he'd wear fingerprints. Wear gloves. You're vibrating. Come on, pick the right thing, or the wrong thing so it's even funnier. Fucking Larry Butts, it's gonna be him, isn't it? He's gonna be Mask the Mask. To prove that it was at his office, which person's fingerprints would be on it? I mean, her fingerprints might be on it, but that's not the point, is it? Obviously. Let me give you an important piece of advice. The one who keeps a cool head all the way until the game ends as the winner. Let me give you an even more important piece of advice, Mr. Wright. You are not going to win this game with that answer. Fuck. Wow, even the judge is making cool, snappy remarks now. Does that mean I was wrong again? Oh no.